But I will say this, I didn't have any negative emails in 4th period, and I've got 4 in this group. Just so you know. And I'll let you know who those are tomorrow. We won't start that way. So, what do you think of when I say Cougar Pride? Raise your hand. Tom.
Faith in your team.
Faith in your team.
Team 81.
Team 81. Family. Good. All positive. That's where we want to start, man. I know your head is kind of close there, I'm sorry. We talked about pride a little bit last week. I kind of introduced it just a hair, and we talked about that usually when pride gets talked about, it has to deal with arrogance. Is that the pride that we're talking about? No, not at all. We want to have pride in our team, and the only way to do that is to knock out the arrogance. How do we do that? Through our routines on a daily basis. I want to introduce to you GHP. The GHP philosophy with regard to routines is the best way and the easiest way for you to enhance your performance. If I am going to take gratitude, gratitude is the thing that will lead you to great performance. How is that, Coach? That doesn't make any sense. Because if you have an attitude of gratitude, one where you're thankful for the things that you've been given that surrounded you, for your teammates, and for the things that you've been taught, then you will be happier in life. And there are studies all over America that show you that the happier you are, the better you perform. That's how GSP works for you. The routine that we've been trying to set up to this point has gotten you to a certain point, but boot camp starts. Why? Because we are going to add to that routine. The best or the most superior part of something. You must recognize the best or the most superior part of something, and I promise you, boys, those are the most superior part of me, bar none. Bar none. Those 4 I'm proud of beyond recognition, and obviously they're beautiful because they overcame the looks of their father. Why do we receive these kinds of things? And we get to the 3rd R. Remember we talked about the 4 rep 3. We get to the 3rd R, which is actually the 4th R. When we get past all of that, we've got to go from one play to the next. So it helps us to refocus, which is up there. These are the medals that you get for a state championship. Looking upon these, seeing these, leads you to the vision or the imagery of that. Another definition of pride is the most flourishing time. It's the best time. It's the good times. It's the good old days, but they don't have to be good old days. They're the good days. How does that happen? Now. Now is your time. We've talked about that multiple times, yes? And imagery, we also defined it last week. Do you remember what it was? Or we defined it at the beginning of preseason. Imagery is a vision that you won't let you lose. If you can't envision a big fat T in the middle of that bad boy, then you've been missing the whole time this preseason. Another definition of pride is a high opinion of one's own merit, whether it's cherished in the mind, or as displayed in conduct. And I know y'all are looking at this and going, Coach, come on, man. Yeah, I'm proud of the Crimson Tide. Why? They have the most national championships in NCAA Division I history. That's the bottom line. Paul Bear Bryant, one of the best coaches of all time, if not the best coach of all time, was the coach there for a long time and won 6 while he was there. 6! That's pretty stinking good, don't you think?
Yes, sir.
So, and how did that happen? Presence. He was there every day, 100% every day, and made sure that his teammate or that his team was there every day. When you're there every day, it's part of that process, which comes next here in just a second. But as that process goes, it's the everyday that wins the championship. That's the thing that builds your character. Confidence. Confidence is a choice. How is it easier to make that choice? When you consistently give your best effort on a daily basis. Because as you give your best effort, you get more familiar with what it is you're doing, you know what your assignments are, and you build that confidence. You get to choose it because you've seen your repetitions build the confidence in you. Then there's the process of the everyday that helps you in terms of positivity. Feeling of self is another definition of pride. A feeling of self-respect, self-esteem that deserves to be respected by other people. Even though it may not be recognized all the time by other people, it deserves to be respected by other people. And that is the process of the everyday. Those who come to work every day, you know they're going to be here every day, they're going to bust their can every day. Those are the guys who are respected. The guy who gives you an excuse, whether it's legitimate or not, is irrelevant. Because if he's here every day, it doesn't matter. He's putting that behind him. If he's doing what he's supposed to be doing every day, you can count on him. That's what makes him respected. And then there's the pride. Pride is a feeling of satisfaction or joy. I don't know that I've ever heard that definition before, but in my research I found this, and I thought that it was completely accurate. There were some days in November, and it was about 37 degrees outside and raining. And we went outside, right? Wrong. we didn't go outside, correct? This tough, strong, get after it team didn't go outside. It was 37 degrees and raining, but that little girl right there, she ran a mile and it was 37 degrees and competed and raining. I know she's my daughter, but I don't know if I've ever had a prouder moment than that right there. A 6th grade, 11-year-old getting out and running in 37-degree rain. Why? Because she said she was gonna and she wanted to win. And she didn't care when she finished. She was a little bit beat that she didn't win because she had practiced for it, but the point was she got out there and did it. Didn't matter what the situation was. Didn't matter that it was stinking cold and I wasn't running. But she was going. And that's pride. That's the kind you want to have. And that's the kind you want to have. Why is that sign in our weight room? Not because I wanted to spend some money and slap it up on the board and make it look good. Yeah. Does it look a little bit intimidating for other folks? Yeah, sure it does. If we could get it bigger, I would get it bigger. But the art group painted that, and the reason that it's in there is because we've talked about this multiple times. Bathe in motivation. Boys, if that doesn't get you going in terms of pride, I don't know what will. When you see that every day, that should inspire and ignite your efforts to make you proud of who you are in Tumble. Do you understand that?
Sure.
All right, great. We're going to work. We're going to work. We want to make sure you know what station. Make sure you know what stations you're going to. Remember now, you've only got 90 seconds to get from here to your lines. Okay, and your lines are just like you see them here. So as we're